Hi, this is Jeffrey Kerr Financial Group. Today is Friday, June 13, 2025. Friday the 13th. So we must start with the Middle East and Israel bombing Iran. That's the impact of that is that the markets go down, stocks go down, bond yields go down, bonds go up, dollar up, and also gold up, kind of as safe havens. And on one hand, I'm a little bit surprised that the stock markets are not down further. I'm doing this around 10:30 in the morning, and the major averages are down about 1%. Russell's down about 1.4%. And again, just a little bit surprised it's not down more. And hey, maybe it's going to be an afternoon sell-off going into the weekend, because who's going to want to be positioned long? But also, if things get resolved or there's some sort of truce or some good news over the weekend, Monday morning is going to be a big up day. So traders may not want to be too lopsided in any direction in terms of their positioning. I think a couple of things that to be aware of for next week. It's interesting, and I think there's a setup for maybe an intermediate term top in the market, but who knows? I mean, we've had a strong rally since April, historic, and I've been talking about that. So maybe there's some sort of consolidation, maybe a small retracement. But next week, on Wednesday, the VIX futures, which is the VIX index, which is the volatility, kind of a nervousness index, their futures expire on Wednesday morning. And that typically can mean for some institutions some repositioning and like that, and that can move markets around regardless of what the narrative or the fundamentals are. Then later on Wednesday is the FOMC. Again, nobody expecting any interest rate movement, but there will be a lot of focus on what Powell says in the press release statement as well as the press conference afterwards. And that may move markets. And then you've got Thursday as a holiday. So, the VIX futures expiring, the FOMC, and you got to be positioned for a holiday. So again, it could be some risk here and an increase in volatility, and maybe it's some more selling to the downside. Then on Friday, next Friday, it's options expiration. And in June, that means futures expire, options on futures, options on the indexes. They used to be called the quad witching hours. It used to cause a lot of volatility. And what's going on for this particular month in June is just like a record high historic value of positioning in these derivatives. The notional value is like really high. So that could cause some gyrations in the market as well. So a lot going on, and also, there's also this positioning with the financial VIX and the options and derivatives for next Friday that will could move the markets independent of news and fundamentals. So have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Please call, text, email with any questions, suggestions. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.